Okay, welcome back. Let's get another check at that afternoon forecast.
Okay, why not?
Yeah, why not? We got to talk about it. It's the big story of the day that haze out there said, and it's bad.
You know, it started a little bit of it. Look at this. This is outside of our studios here, looking at the colonial flag, and yeah, you can see. Well, you can look if you look closely.
Yeah,
you can see.
I thought our camera always looked like that.
Yeah, sometimes.
We need to get up there with some Windex.
We did. Today we did clean it off just beforehand.
You did it yourself, right?
Oh, yeah, well, you know, I do a lot of things around here. That's what I have. But hey, you can see there, it's a hazy one, folks. The visibility being reduced, but it's not just the visibility. It's also the air quality that we have out there. So what is going on? Well, let's talk about the valley inversions because, again, for our friends that are in the benches, you're up above that in the mountain valleys, the mountaintops there, you're saying, what are they talking about? We've got beautiful blue skies. It's a beautiful day, a beautiful stretch of weather heading your way. But if you are at about 5,500 feet or lower than that, close to the valley floors, that's where the inversion sets up here. And so that colder air is trapped in the valleys. So as the air tries to rise, it hits that inversion level and then falls back down to the ground. And that's why we trap that particulate matter. And that's why you get the hazy conditions that develop there. So this could be a problem, especially when you go into a week like this week, where we're going to be looking at a prolonged period of seeing this inversion sticking around. So during the short term, if you're not careful, especially if you are very sensitive with respiratory illnesses, you may deal with things like headaches, dizziness, have a little difficulty breathing from day to day. Sometimes, yeah, you could have some asthma attacks. You know, you get the itchy eyes, watery eyes from time to time, respiratory irritation, and things like that. But what we're looking at is the potential of some long-term issues here where you start to, again, see things adding up. Now, this is not something that happens over a week's time. This is something that happens when you get multiple of these inversions that you deal with here living in the Salt Lake Valley. So we don't like to see them, but yes, they can cause issues when it comes to illnesses, and we want you to be aware of that ahead of time. Try to limit yourself a time outside. And, of course, if you can help out by maybe carpooling with someone to work or just maybe limiting how many trips you take a day, that's always wonderful to help. We do our little things to try to help out with the atmosphere, right? All right, so you can see today the air quality continues to go downhill. A lot of yellow showing up across northern and central Utah now, and now starting to stretch down into southwestern Utah. So our air quality, not the best. Moderate category right now, but it's at the high end of the moderate category, which means at some point, whether it's today or tomorrow, we're likely going to get in that code orange. That's unhealthy for sensitive groups. And we're going to stay that way for your Tuesday right on into your Wednesday as well and beyond potentially. So here's why the ridge of high pressure, the big blue H, we like to talk about it, but it gives us good weather in the sense that we get sunshine above the inversion layer. You get quiet conditions, but if you're underneath that with fresh snow and trapped cold air, then you get the hazy conditions. And that's going to be the story for us all the way through the middle of the week. So what goes up, which is our ridge of high pressure out west, has to come down, and it does so across the eastern half of the country. That's where the cold and unsettled weather conditions will be. For us, we're going to watch toward the end of the week. There's a chance we may back this trough back into northern Utah enough to switch the winds briefly and potentially become an inversion buster. But it's only a small chance right now. If this does not happen, we don't bust the inversion, and we continue with this pattern right on into next week as well. But hopefully, we're going to keep our fingers crossed. Now, this trough will not bring any precipitation chances, so if you're hoping for rain or snow with it, the chances for that look very slim. It's really just all about potentially bringing that wind shift to help us out when it comes to the inversion. We'll see how it plays out. All right, St. George, mid-50s for your high today with lots of sunshine. Upper 50s Tuesday, low 60s Wednesday and Thursday, and we stay on the mild side with lots of sunshine right on into this upcoming weekend. Now, the Wasatch Front, this forecast is a little tricky because we're looking at upper 30s to low 40s for the valley floors as that inversion traps that cooler air, so we stay cooler in the lower levels, but you get above the benches up into the mountains, it's actually going to be in the 40s, so it'll be warmer, about 5 to 15 degrees above average. Meanwhile, at or slightly below average here on the valley floors. And again, the haze will be the big story. A few clouds from time to time and some sunshine. But overall, we're going to keep our fingers crossed we can clear this haze out a little bit by the weekend. Matt?